else. And I am just so revved today and lately. What's been happening in the Speaking Sadar class, in the world, in the openings I'm seeing, are just so amazing. And I know when I was working on the blast for this week, the newsletter, I was thinking that I talked about how we follow the breadcrumbs. And, you know, sometimes read the tea leaves, right? But those signs of change, of massive fundamental shift into the higher dimensional reality, are all around us if we just stop and pay attention. So one of the things I want to do this morning is to share a song with you that is from my new latest favorite band, because these two guys called Sons of Legion, Soul, give us hope, give me hope. And I think you're going to feel it too. So instead of our meditation, this is how we're going to begin today. So I want you to close your eyes, open your eyes if you want to see them, and just let the music come into you.
Got me feeling like a new world has begun. There's a fire so deep in my soul, it's rising with the sun. I'm taking the future and I'm leaving the past. There's a sign on the left that say don't look back. Feel the wind in my lungs, freedom on my tongue. My visions are becoming clear. Some people call it love, they call it waking up. I'm only going up from here. It's a brand new.
I'm sorry, Linda, it's breaking up. Linda, it's gone. It's breaking up.
Feel the wind in my lungs, freedom on my tongue. Visions are becoming clear. Some people call it love, they call it waking up. I'm only going up from here. It's a brand new.
Okay.
It's a brand new.
Men doing at least 150 grand a year. If you're completely out of shape, let's drop the ego and get real for a moment.
If you haven't been ripped in 10 years, understand that you might think.
I think we don't need to get ripped. Although, I don't know, it sounds kind of nice. Isaac said that some of you couldn't hear this, and I will put it in the chat box or when we send out the video for you. Because one of the reasons that this is really hitting me is that all of us have these moments where we wonder, is it happening? Are we the only people out there that are thinking this way? And of course, if you're on Facebook or anywhere else, for 10 minutes, you'll see that it's just jammed with people talking about interdimensional reality, unity, consciousness, love, love, love. I used to complain that that was all the council ever talked about was love. And so when I hear this and I see this, and I got to tell you the backstory with this band, Sons of Legion. They're just two guys sitting in the bedroom. They're not with any label. They're not with anybody promoting them. They'd never had a live tour or a gig. And they just went on the internet, and they have well over now 1 million followers, because love is viral. So when we look at these signs, these tea leaves, these breadcrumbs, don't just say, oh, it's just that. Really stop and pay attention and take heart, because we're doing it. Each of us and together. You know, change, I write about this in the Unity book. Change doesn't come from the top down. It comes from the grassroots. It comes from us. It comes from the people. Gaia, the animals, the mountains, the streams, they're all saying, let's get it together. We're the last holdouts. So as we step forward, even baby steps, as we have the courage not to have political arguments or take sides, but just say, how you feeling today? How's your wife? I heard she was sick. Your kids went to college. How does that make you feel? The power of casual conversations, that engagement, genuine engagement, not like passing the time engagement, is so fundamental to who we are. I can't tell you how many times the council has said to us that if we were meant to do it alone, we would have been birthed on a planet where we were the only person. It seems almost incomprehensible, right? Because here we are, billions. And I think one of the reasons we keep procreating is because we're dying literally to connect. So that's my little soliloquy for the day. But reach out to folks, because they're literally so thirsty for connection. And we all know that love comes in so many sizes, shapes, forms. But we know because we recognize it, because that's who we are. So I've been feeling Saint Germain all morning, actually all week. And he is joining us with his bright violet flame. Actually, he's entirely immersed today in the violet bonfire. And so I'm going to simply step aside. You know that the council's been talking about the new age of wonder. And he's going to give us some deeper perspective on that. So give me a sec, and I'll step aside. And that's a big energy. Greetings, I am. I am Saint Germain. And I join you this day, and always actually, with legions, with Sunat Kamara and El Moria Kuthumi, Maitreya Yeshua, the archangelic realms. I do not have the title of planetary or cosmic logo. I come to you as brother and as keeper, not master. That is a wonderful designation that is given to us by human beings, and yes, by the unified field of one. But I come to you as brother, as one who has walked this earth far longer than any of you. With a grand passion for Gaia and for everything that is on this planet. All of you, and certainly we, have traveled hither and yon, and yes, intergalactically, popping in and out of white holes and black holes and everything in between. I haven't talked to you yet about the rainbow holes, but I will. But today I want to renew your sense of wonder, your sense of awe, your sense of belonging. Why else would you be on planet if not to belong? And it sounds like a curious word, does it not? To belong. As if Guyana is some kind of club, or humanity and the collective is some kind of club. And yet, my beloved friends, my family, you come from the heart of one. That connection, no matter what, can never be severed. You may wander hither and yon. You may deny it. It doesn't matter. That connection is never severed. So it is like the child sometimes who runs away from home, but his parents stay, and they miss him and they long for him, and they miss her, and they wonder how she's doing and he's doing, how they're doing. And that's just human biology. Often, I have been referred to as the Wonder Man of Europe. Now, personally, I would have liked the Wonder Man of Gaia. So we will change this a little bit. And so often the explanation is that I was alchemist and creator and healer, and that I lived for a long time. Let me share with you what I think of that title that was bestowed on me. I did not have, and still do not have, by the way, a single day on Gaia. Not a single day where I was not in deep awe and wonder of what surrounded me. Not only what I was capable of, but what surrounded me. And you know, it didn't matter. And it's most certainly fluctuated. Whether it was in the royal courts or the founding of the United States of America, or in the ghettos, in the fields, particularly in the vineyards. To be on this earth, think of it, to be a recipient just of the wonders of Gaia, the diversity of Gaia is enough. But when I speak of wonder, and this is really what the new age of wonder is all about in so many ways, I think of the wonder of you. I think of the wonder of who you are and how delightfully and substantially we are all different. Even identical twins are different. There is no replica, not only on this planet, but throughout. There is no replica of you. And my friends, that is a wonder. Far too long, there has been either disassociation or denial of the complete wonder of who you are, not in any kind of egoic fashion. But what you, on behalf of the mother and father, are carrying, what you are offering, what you are bringing to this harvest feast called ascension, called becoming. And I do not just mean, obviously, physicality, which is enormous enough, and it is not just the brilliance, and you are brilliant, of your mind, of your ideas, of where your imagination goes. That is phenomenal as well. But I am inviting you, I am pleading with you. Open and share the wonder of your heart. Because that is really where the magnificence is stored. And it is not to downplay or decry any other part of your talents. You know, when I would manifest jewels out of air, people say, how did he do that? And then they would often too greedily say, can I have that? And I would laugh and I would give it to them. Because what was it to me? It was just a manifestation of some atoms, of the ability to create. And that is what this new time is about. You have been magnificent creators. And now you enter a new age. And this channel has said to me, Saint Germain, why is it called the new age? What was the old age of wonder about? It is the new age because it is the mother's age. It is her never-ending, wonderful age of wonder. It's repetitive. It is intended to sink in and then to pop out like the flowers of spring, like the harvest of fall, and to anchor in form on planet what is possible. You know, I have said repeatedly that I will not return to this earth until such time as peace reigns. And you, who have come in such an age of chaos, of upheaval, you are not only the bringers and the anchors of peace, you are the destroyers of illusion. And as the mother is eliminating hatred from this planet, which is news throughout the galaxies, you also are eliminating hatred, certainly within your sacred self. And I include in hatred any distress or dislike. If you don't like it, change it. Use your alchemical creator self and change it. Yes, get ripped. I was always very fit. And so are you. You are fit to create this new time, the new normal, Nova Earth. So eliminate your feeling of restriction. Eliminate feelings that you are limited in your capacity, because you aren't. And if you say to me, Germaine, I don't know how to do that, I'm not sure, then simply ask me. I have given you my violet flame. I have instilled it throughout your being, particularly in your heart, in your third eye, in your crown. But I also give you my torch. And I say to you, use it. Torch what doesn't belong in you, in your life, in your community, and on the planet. And as you do, spin and share it, because you belong. And everybody else, whether you know them or not, because you do know them, they belong to your tribe. They belong to what you think of as your inner circle. They belong to your family. They belong to you, because you have said to each other, do you think it's safe to go? And I have stood there and said, I don't think it's safe to go. But I know you're brave enough. I know you're creative enough. I know your capacity to create this brand new day. Because, beloveds, you are the new. You always have been. So we join with you. You guide us, we guide you. You help us, we help you. We create, you create. It is an unbreakable promise. It is an unbreakable circle. It is an unbreakable future that is your now, that is your new. So as I prepare to rejoin the earthly population with your star family, obviously, prepare the way. We are only here to help, to admire, to empower, and to remind each of you how beautiful, how sacred, how loving you are. So I may tell you to go in peace. I may tell you to go and play. But what I do tell you is find the wonder, restore the awe, be the awe, be the love, and go with my love, and go with my torch. You are ready. Farewell. Thank you. Things are unfolding behind our naked eyes, or even our field of vision. And it's happening really rapidly. So, to quote the Divine Mother, buckle up, brave heart, and let's go. And thanks for being here. From my heart to yours. Till the next time, all my love. Bye for now.